the kind of move that we saw over the last couple of days, is it sustainable for some of the counters to continue to go up and eke out gains?
So, Harsh, if we look at the broader picture, most of the stocks are still in a consolidation range. If I analyze on the monthly as well as on the weekly chart, most of the stocks are behaving in the same manner. But yes, it is clearly indicating that, yes, on the lower side, there is a buying interest. Breakouts are awaited in most of these counter, be it HL or BDL or other stocks. So I think if I describe the solar industry now, stock is consolidating in a tight range on the higher side. The 14,500 for 15,000 is the key resistance area. If stock's able to take out those levels, then we can see furthermore extension of rally. For HL, the immediate resistance is placed at around 4950, 5000 zone. So this is the major supply zone for the stock since last couple of months. So any breakout above 5,000 may attract more buying action in HL also, and then possible rally towards 5200, 5300 we may see going forward. So buy and accumulate would be the strategy. Maybe we could see breakout after a brief consolidation. Stock structures are looking positive for near-term trend.
Kunal, do you have a view with regard to defense? So these counters doing very well.
Yeah, very bullish on the entire pack for defense names. So you start off with BEL, you move on to all the other chains, and there are a variety of stocks which are available. The larger cap ones are the ones which have been more formidable, BEL, HL, etc. But then the mid cap end of the defense names, they have been very, very high beta. They've seen corrections of almost 30 to 40% from their 2024 highs. So I think in that sense, the risk reward starts to look fairly attractive, and there would be a point once the market gains gains a lot of confidence in terms of sentiment, that you would see these stocks come back to their original beta nature, where you would see in a matter of weeks these stocks climbing up 15-20%. So I think that time would also come for many of these defense names. But as of now, the setup, the risk reward looks fairly positive over here.
Okay, so the risk reward looks very favorable. That's the word coming in. But Mr. Palviya, you wanted your thoughts on the PSU banking index. That one was declining for the second consecutive day yesterday. Central Bank, UCO Bank, Bank of Maharashtra, all of them were under pressure yesterday. Your technical view on these PSU banking stocks?
But if you look at the short to medium term structure, most of the PSU bank have rallied quite in last couple of week. Looking at the corrective move in last couple of days, it's again showing a sign of some profit taking at higher level. But still, if we analyze on the short to medium term perspective, most of the banks are holding the ground on the on the bullish side. And we believe that after a brief profit taking or some brief consolidation, again we can see further extension of rally in most of this PSU bank. So from PSU banking basket, I think Union Bank, Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, all these banks are looking very attractive, and we hold our bullish view for Union Bank. Till stock is trading above 144 level, I think Union Bank may likely to exhibit a bullish momentum, and possible target towards 165, 170 we could see on a higher side. Again, on the Bank of Baroda also we are holding bullish view. And looking at the near-term, short-term structure, we hold our target towards 300 on a positional perspective. So buy and accumulate is the strategy for Bank of Baroda also. On the downside, one needs to keep stop loss towards 275. So most of the PSU banks are behaving in the same manner, and we believe that after a brief consolidation, we could see resumption of rally in all these stocks. And if I compare with the private bank to the PSU basket, so PSU banks are looking more attractive compared to the private bank at this juncture. So for short to medium term perspective, I think one can focus on these stocks like Union Bank, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India. All these stocks are on our buying radar.
All right, so several stocks on your buying radar. Just about 5-6 seconds to go for the markets to open, and that's the countdown for you on your screens. And we are expecting a positive start in line with what the Gift Nifty was suggesting. That's the market open for you on your screens. The first rate should just start trickling in. Nifty is indicating a gap up for the Indian markets, up 137 points near that 25,830 mark. Sensex 2 is up a solid 400 points. Nifty Bank in tandem with Nifty up 240 points above that 58,350 mark. In terms of individual sectors, we are seeing some kind of rebound come in for Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv in trade after the 7 to 8% downtick that we saw yesterday. So Bajaj Finserv, that one is up 1.5%. Bajaj Finance is also up in excess of 1% in trade. Eternal, meanwhile, is up 1%. On the losing side, JSW Steel, that one is down 0.5%. We have
Yeah, I think we also seeing a good comeback coming into the small cap sector. The small cap index, small cap 250 is up 0.4%, and mid cap is up nearly again the same there. In the Nifty next 50, we've seen good trades coming in some of the stocks, with ABB up with LTI Mindtree up nearly 1.5%, ICICI Pru, Adani Green showing some uptick, and PFC and Canara Bank, which is again up today. So there's a PSU Bank, which is there. HAL is up ahead of the results. We have BPCL, some of the refining companies and oil and refining companies are doing well. BPCL, GAIL are doing well. So there is from IOC is doing is up in morning trade there. So oil and refining companies are up in today's trade there. PSU banks are up, led by Canara Bank and other Bank of Baroda, SBI, all are showing a little uptick, with the Nifty above 25,800 mark at this point in time, and IT index is up 0.71% in morning trade. So yeah, so there's some kind of buying action coming in the morning. Kunal, do you think this is sustainable?
Yeah, I think this should be sustainable for the indices, and I believe that we should see further legs on the upside for the overall market. Good part to see many of the private sector banking stocks slowly and steadily, gaining pace and trying to make a comeback. That should help boost the health within the banking index, which has been one of the more formidable ones. Stocks which have been beaten down over the last few days, Bajaj Finance, Finserv, Eternal, etc. These stocks trying to show signs of a bounce back, which means we could be nearing the short-term support pretty soon for these stocks. So overall, expecting the markets to remain buoyant, and the index, the Nifty benchmark Nifty to head towards 26,000 mark. In terms of opening trade, I would look at ICICI Bank as one of the more formidable names over here, with a strong potential of the stock trying to make a comeback and come closer to 1400 levels over the very near term.
And BSE, the stock is up 6%. Rajesh, do you have a view with regard to this one, and what should an investor do at this point? Hold, sell? What's your call?
So very strong breakout on this counter, and the way stock has moved up in last couple of weeks, I think again stock has potential to move back to the 3000 level, which was its previous swing high almost. So I think one can hold the position, as a very strong breakout has been witnessed on the weekly chart. So at this juncture, we advise to trail the stop loss towards 2700 and hold the position. We could see further follow-up buying action towards 2900 3000 zone in next couple of days. So I think trend is looking very strong, and even in the last couple of days we have seen most of the capital market related stocks have done well, and the kind of sustained buying action is taking place in the stock like BAC, CDSLs, Angel One. All these stocks are showing good traction. So I think BSE would lead this basket, and I think 3000 would be the next target.
Okay, so that's the take coming in on some of those capital marketplace. Thank you so much, Rajesh. We'll let you go on that note.